Yo, what is up folks? MTG here with Merfolk in Timeless. Some new awesome additions of Modern Horizons 3. One of those is Subtlety, which we have one copy of here over here. But the big thing for Merfolk in particular is Harbinger of the Seas. One blue for a 2/2. Merfolk Wizards. Non-basic islands are islands. It's our Mage to the Moon, but for islands it happens to be a Merfolk, which means it gets buffed up by a lot of lords and fits right into this shell here. We're playing like a bit of a hybrid list, like it is mono blue. Technically we can get tropical islands off of the Shoreline Scout, and sometimes we will do that. But hey, playing very much into the Harbinger, and then a bunch of other kind of new cards too. So, Harbinger of the Seas, new card here. We then are also playing 4 copies of Flare of Denial. I'm not sure if this is the exact correct number, but I'm going to start with 4 and cut down. Especially in this format, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. There are a ton of people playing Charbelcher at the moment, as well as other kind of nonsense on turn 1 with Phoenix and like Buried Alive shenanigans, Reanimator. Flare of Denial is potentially a free counter spell. 1 blue, counter target spell, but you can sacrifice a non-token blue creature instead of paying its mana cost. We have 8 blue 1-drops. Obviously after that we can get some more creatures to play, and then later on maybe you cast it as cancel, but all around very, very solid as a free counter spell. That is another new card. Subtlety we've already mentioned. All the pitch elementals got added to Arena with Modern Horizons 3, and so hey, just 1 copy of this here. It's not actually a Merfolk, but plays nicely in the deck. You can get some Graves and some other things. One of the other new cards is Sink into Stupor. This is a land that is also a spell, so you can pay 3 life to have it enter battlefield untapped as a land, but 1 blue, return target spell or non-land permanent opponent controls to turn its hand. So it's a land that is also later in the game a spell for you if you have enough lands, but when you need it to be a land, it can be a land. Super nice, adds a lot of consistency to the deck, and gives you like access to even more disruption. It also gets around uncounterable stuff. Kind of similar to Subtlety, this doesn't actually counter, it puts the spell on top of the library. Things are super, just returns it in its hand, so it gets around things like Cavernous Souls too, which is super, super nice. So new card, new card, new card, new card, and then we've got like a core Merfolk package. We have Mistcaller at 1. 1 mana 1/1 Merfolk Wizards, but you can sacrifice it, and if a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile instead. In particular, in Timeless, helps with Phoenix, reanimation stuff, show and tell, all kinds of nonsense. Additionally, we then have 4 copies of Shoreline Scout. It's a blue, a 1/1. Enter the battlefield, you can exile Merfolk to find a tropical island and add that to your hand, which is kind of nice. Like it means like, hey, if you need a land out, you can get a land, but as long as another Merfolk or island is entered the battlefield on your controller's turn, it gets +1 persona to get its attacks as a 2/2. There's something to be said for like you could add some of the evasive or mana 1/1s here. We don't have access to something like Curse Catcher on Arena, but you could play like one of the unblockable or flying creatures. But I like Shoreline Scout to be able to give you again the added consistency, making sure you get the lands to hit these 3-drops. 3 is kind of the sweet spot for this deck. That's what all these cards are. There's just a stack of 3s, and so hey, making sure you get the lands is nice. At 2, we have Master of the Pearl Trident. When your opponent has islands, having Island Walk is really, really nice, and obviously just buffs your Merfolk other than that as well. 2 mana 2/2, great. Hexcatcher is another disruption piece. So 1 and a blue is a Merfolk Lord, and it does have Flash, but sacrifice a Merfolk to counter target non-creature spell unless it's a controller that pays 1. Which is really, really nice, and just like more disruption. And then lastly, 4 copies of Merfolk Trickster. So blue for a 2/2 with Flash. It's a Merfolk Wizard, and tap something, and it also loses all abilities as well. Taps creatures, turns off abilities, means you can get some pretty awesome blocks and shenanigan ambushes in, and super nice. So at 3, we've got like our new cards, and then we've got some old classics. Mirror Readery, these are Lords 9 and 10. Both in Merfolk, but whenever you cast a Merfolk spell, you can tap or untap target permanent, which can be quite useful. It means it's really hard for your opponent to block, even if they can block, and then hey, it buffs everything up. 4 copies of Tashana's Tidebinder. We're like playing like all the disruption pieces here. 2 in the blue for a 3/2. Enter the battlefield, counter up to 1 target activated or triggered ability, and of course it's Flash to flash it in response. And then if it's an ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker, that permanent loses that ability for the rest of the time that this is on the battlefield, which is super, super nice. And then 3 copies of Civilian of Sea and Sky. Only 3 because it is the legendary, like you can play 4. And like, hey, you can pitch it to Shoreline Scout, you can, like, hey, yeah, pitch it to Subtlety. Having 4 is totally reasonable. 1 blue for 3/4. Indestructible as long as you control 2 or 2 other Merfolk, and then when it attacks, you get to draw a card. Very solid all the way around. Other Merfolk you control have Water 1, so it even does a little bit of like the Kira type stuff of protecting your creatures too. The mana base, obviously we do have the 4 Harbingers, but we are playing non-basic lands ourselves. We have 4 copies of Cavernous Souls, get our Merfolk in uncounterable, 4 copies of Mutavault, get more Merfolk. Mostly like, hey, this is really, really good versus control decks, where like they're gonna 1/4 you a little bit, have the answer for the Harbinger maybe, and then you can like grind them out with the Merfolk you have left at Mutavault. You've got 5 fetches with 4 basic islands. The reason for this is basically like with mulligans and stuff, having ways to shuffle, as well as obviously just like thinning in general, is really, really nice. And then 1 Ottawara. I was very close to playing 2, but again, like consistency, I think you can get away with playing 2. There are like, you have 1 legendary creature in here for the discount, but like, hey. That is the deck. Gonna hop into some Timeless ranked. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. But also, I'm currently streaming this over on Twitch, so if you fancy it, please do check out the Twitch channel as well. And yeah, let's hop into some games. Alright, first match here with Merfolk. What do we got? We have the Harbinger, we have a 1-drop, we have some disruption pieces. We'll absolutely go ahead and keep this. Even with the cavern to make this stuff come down uncounterable. And so that is super nice. Just lead off with a Mistcaller, and that gives us some insurance. We have some insurance versus some of the kind of really degenerate shenanigans with the Mistcaller. We've then got Hex Catchers, catch a bunch of other stuff, and then we also have the Harbinger for later. Alright. The Sink into Stupid does mean that we have a land to play to. I'm going to go ahead and shock for this now. And I will... Ooh, our opponent has some stuff to do. Back for 1. I think I'll just pass. Getting the extra 1 point of damage isn't necessarily, like, it's not going to be necessarily better than getting the Hex Catcher down and getting some surprise counterspell in a little bit. Alright, they don't do anything here yet, so I'm going to cast the Hex Catcher. See what they have. Island is kind of interesting as well. Don't know what to make of that. Also means this Harbinger is not really doing much, but hey. We'll allow it. Probably better for us to not play this and keep our uncounterable stuff. I will play this though. I'm not going to attack with the Hex Catcher just in case they do have some shenanigans. We'll do this. Alright, it's okay. Brainstorm here. Sure. Okay. In the tank. Okay, if they need another color and that's what the issue is, then this Tashana's Ties binder is really nicely like getting their fetch land. That might get us a concession, to be honest, if that does happen. But hey, it could easily be mono blue and doing some kind of crazy shenanigans. See how that goes. They've not really shown much yet, to be honest. Hello, Fountain. What are the tricks though? I'm going to hold this to Shard's Sidebinder because it can do some kind of nice stuff. Alright, one my Merfolk here. Still going to leave the Hex Catcher back, I don't trust anything. We don't have a way around like Supreme Verdict, so we shouldn't really extend over into it. They're at 10. The extra creature is not quite going to make the huge difference. We can always flash the Time Binder in later on. We could have tried to stop this, but I'm less excited for that. Yeah, next, they actually also need a white source if they want to Verdict. I don't know. We also get to deny white mana with the Harbinger. Try and really let them out. But I just want to leave this Sidebinder up and keep a couple of things back in case they do have a way to wrap the board. Did they play Attune? No, Attune was last game. I think we sat the Mistcaller. I think it's less likely to be them to be on weird stuff in blue-white. Alright. Gonna end the turn the Timebinder. Okay, Flare's pretty good. I'm gonna cast the Shoreline's Gap beforehand then. So we've got like, a bonus creature to sacrifice to Flare. I'm gonna decline the ability here. Okay. I really need them to put Flicker Wisp on Arena. That's my next kind of like big want thing I would like them to do. Alright, we'll go ahead and keep this. It's not a super disruptive hand. We've got the Tidebinder for later, but hey. It's on the play as well, so like potential for us to get in a little trouble, but that'll be okay. Yeah. Uh-oh. What on earth are we doing? What's going on? Ah. This is Belcher. Like 99.99%. We want to make sure that we've got access to this Tidebinder as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Oh gosh. I least would very likely assume that this is Belcher. And these are just to prevent them getting like thought seized or whatever. Alright. That's in. I will this. Go ahead and flash this in. Alright, we got more disruption. The worry that they could have is that they have like dark rituals and stuff. They can't pay for 2 dark rituals. We will absolutely make them pay for 2 dark rituals if need be. But hopefully we have enough stuff. Okay, the Flare of Denial helps a lot as well. Flare of Denial is 1 free counter spell, plus these things mean that we're probably okay and we can actually deploy lords and stuff. Try and get them actually dead. Feel confident enough in that. Yeah. Free counter spell plus the Hex Catcher, I feel pretty good. They're reading the cards. See how that goes. Culling Ritual we absolutely want to counter. Like, we just use the Hex Catcher ability though. Yeah, this way we can have the Tidebinder Emperor as well. Have all the insurance. Yeah, if I was playing a deck with like tons of interaction, we don't get Belchered. Feels good, feels good. A little worried. Hand seems decent. Maybe a little awkward sequencing, but we can deal with that. Just find an island here. I thought about playing a One of Surveil land, but I feel like the price is the price versus we're not playing like enough fetches to get like great use of it, and the price of drawing it in your opener is really high. Alright, what we got? Bloodstained Mire. Basic Swamp. Oh, they know too much. They know too much. Sure. What do you want? Hand's good. They could take this thing into Stupor here. That'd be like an interesting one. Does like stop us kind of casting spells a little bit. The concession is wild. 2-0 with Merfolk so far. It's 2-0, right? Like, they forget a game. On the play here, we'll keep this. We'll go Cabin, Merfolk, and I'll play this, okay? You don't know yet whether I want to keep this thing to super or not, so I don't know whether I want to Shoreline Scout. It depends if we draw like a random Merfolk here, if we draw something good. Alright, Black Eclipse is interesting. My turn. Alright, Merfolk the Pearl Trident. I think we just try and do like decent Merfolk stuff. We'll grab an island here. I'm gonna play the Lord out. We'll see what removal they have. Or if they don't have any at all. It should be weird. Most of the Rakdos decks do not like this Mystical, though. We'll see. Are they going to find a basic? This is like the real test. Or are they going to grab like a... Okay, they did find a swamp. Nothing else going on. Alright. I am going to play this as like a fake land here. What do they do? We've not seen a lot. Bowmasters. Let's just do this. We'll take like a little bit of value out of it. We can jump block here. We cannot. We have Island Walk coming. This is all of a sudden I think they kind of want to kill before they kill this. Like, we're in a reasonable position. The one thing is that they could have been playing like Phoenix. We have the Mystical, which kind of protects versus that, but if they have like a Fatal Push or a Lightning Bolt to kind of put this in the way, put this away, then hey, it all of a sudden unlocks it. We do get to do that. Activate the ability response at least still. It's pretty nice. Alright, Fable here. I'm gonna deny the opportunity to block. Yeah. So the awkward thing is that they can... Yep, nope. Think about this guy. The reason why this is actually okay is that the Goblin was the only way for them to get red mana at the time. Because the Goblin makes treasures. Yeah, we could not have attacked with a Merfolk, but I'm kind of fine with them being like, okay, if you want to trade off your one source of interesting color, of like good color mana, and we still have pretty close to lethal. Let's see here. Eventually we'll get like a big arena timeless tournament again. Ooh, so we have the Harbinger here, but our hand is a bit slow. We don't have a 1-drop. I think like we have Master into Harbinger, we've got a couple of things going on, like not the worst. This is the one time I've been like, oh, I wish we had the Sibel land in our deck. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this still, because our baseline is pretty good. I don't really want to draw a land, so I'm probably gonna fetch an island end of their turn. Yeah. I think I'm playing 5 fetches, 4 islands. I think one of those could probably be a... Ooh, I'm not playing against many people playing Tamiyo stuff. Wait, really? Is that what the... Yeah, I guess so. Alright, Master of the Pearl Trident. They let a Hallow Fountain as well. Could be like Jeskai, with like a bunch of the energy cards. But I expect that's more likely than actual blue-white. But it could go either way. I could just be interested in flipping Tamiyo as well. Swords, fair enough. Yeah, they are in Jeskai. I'm gonna make a Harbinger. Turn off your color mana. Please leave me alone. and then we can start cooking. They're pretty close to being able to like start looking at flipping this. If they have, that's a Misty. If they have a cantrip here, possible way to draw. Okay, they don't. This is a creature that's the battlefield. You can kind of respond to this a little bit, but I'd rather play stuff out. We can actually hold up stupid too. I'm gonna go to combat here, attack with the harmony. Fine. You can kind of like playing civilian. There's a decent chance it's counter build, but hey. Alright, neat. So now they can look at flipping Tamio. They don't have, we've not seen any baubles yet, but it's very likely they are playing some. They could just go sacrifice 2 clues here, flip the Tamio. Obviously that would involve them just tapping out. Okay, 1 ring. We don't have a way to counter this, unfortunately. Okay. They get some protection. Bonus one of these. I'll attack with this, we get to draw a card. Hashtag worthy. Worthy. Oh, because of that you just don't get a thing. Maybe draw step ring activation. I'm gonna bounce the Tamio. Alright, let's see. They can still play, just play. Yeah, this is maybe not a great idea. They still get to flip it and stuff. It's not as, it wasn't clever. Is what I'm saying. Just bounce with the trigger on the stack or something. Alright, so that makes our creature smaller. It's annoying. They have a new Tamio as well. And a new island, haha, got him. Alright, what we got? The combat. Tamio can -3 to return insult sorcery, there's just nothing I'm worried about right now. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not loads of damage, is it? We'll make the scout. Alright. So they're gonna go ahead and take 2 off the 1 ring here. I'm wondering if they can get like 2 Tamio activations. That would be pretty annoying. I guess the answer is this: I could get 2 Tamio activations. So I'm gonna plus with this one.
Use your words.
I'm gonna bounce this to stop them basically waiting to chain Tamio activations. They can have an interaction piece here, that'd be annoying, but yeah. If they don't have a second ring here, then we're in a decent spot. If they have a second ring, then we maybe lose this one. Yeah. We could have waited for that anyway. The problem is that if we had to let the Tamio flip, then we run into some problems. I'm gonna remake the Tamio. Alright. Go again. And they have infinite cards in hand. We could have played this better, maybe. It's okay. We kind of burned one of these for free on the Tamio when we didn't need to, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, they still need to worry about rings and stuff. Right, this got a mana ring. We have a bonus one of these, which you probably want to get into play. This turn they do have ring protection, but we get to draw a card off of this. Oh, we should also just kill Tamio. Yeah. Give me a card. Salty kind of nice. Alright, that's gone at least. Unless I go with Salty up then. Get things work out. Brainstorm. Yeah. Then we go to 6 off of the ring. Case of like, I don't think we've got good answers to. Yeah, there wasn't a way to. Doesn't cast it. Right, they're at 6. We have a large number of creatures in play. Like this is pretty close to being. It just depends if they can find another ring or what else they can find here. Are they playing no basics? I guess they've not drawn into any, or they've not shown they've drawn into any. Okay, new Tamio. So if they get to +1 again, it means we only got 2/3 damage in play. I'm gonna Salty this. Just to stop them going ahead and getting another one. I assume somewhere in the deck they have some counter spells. Okay, sure. We can't do much about that. Then they're gonna use Ring to activate Tamio. They don't have mana for another. Have they put a land? Maybe.
Has stories to share. Violence is not the answer.
Do they have any ring? Allegedly. Oh. Huh. Yeah, we gave them a bunch of mana. Can it maybe save the Salty? I guess it'd potentially given us lethal with the. It's like an extra 1 damage, right? This is takes up twice, so these don't currently do anything. If we have a Lord, then we're like in an interesting spot. I want to actually make sure I put a second Harbinger into play as well. Alright, they have a 1 ring. Fair enough. Back here again. We got to murder Tamio. Into discard. Okay, so they got Rathalos guys here. Actually can't kill Tamio. Ugh. There's like a bazillion. There's 2 sets of triggers here. You can put it to 1 though. Alright, let's hope to draw a better card. Kind of priced into making this, just in case they do have a basic land to like Tools to Plowshares, the first one. And at that point we're kind of overextended. We might as well kind of play out the extra piece of damage. With the hope that this will do something, potentially. They've gone through 1, 2, 3... Okay, there's 4 Tamios gone now, at least. Oh, they're doing that end step, so they're going to take a damage here. They're going to 5. They've been through 1, 2, 3 rings as well. Yeah, there's 1 more left. 2 cards. I'm kind of like, if they got a combo kill to kill us, 'cause if not, they're going to be in big trouble.
Respect the library.
If they can find some combo kill, then we're in a bit of a tricky position. What I meant to do. Alright, so I'm going to dig through time. They've had a planes, but we have 2 copies of Harbinger. Which is even more important. Now they would be able to sort of splash it as 1. We have 2. So if they tag the Lord here. Alright. Let's see. Try and hit the 5-0. We do get to go first, which is good because otherwise his hand would be pretty miserable. Because of the nature. Like, I think we keep this, but it's a bit close. We have the Cavern, we have a Hex Catcher, like that. Those things are good for us. We have Flare of Denial, so we've got some free counter magic, which is great versus some of the decks of the format. That Gigant for the spell's trouble, but we'll see how things go. We'd like to draw like a land or 1-drop creature. Ooh, Breeding Pool. Ah, Wilder Cattle. We might get beat down over the head. That might happen. I'm just gonna draw it. Alright, we found a 2-drop, but not very quickly. Yeah, I guess go. As we do this, because we'd rather sack this to the Flare than sack the Hex Catcher. A bit of a weird one though. Then go find a Naya Triumph, I guess. Well, like a Sacred Boundary, yeah, that also works. A 1 will never hurt you. Alright. So maybe kind of price the count on the 2-drop here. I'm gonna go ahead and flare this, and then hopefully we get to draw a land. If we draw a land, he's going 1/1. So this isn't actually what we want to flare. You have to play to win the game, and so we should try and draw the land. Didn't draw a land, but we do have some other stuff going on. I will say go. So we have the Trickster, we still got a free counter spell. Trickster means we can turn one of these abilities off and block it. Which is pretty nice. The case of what we have having to deal with in the meantime. Oh, like clawing through this. Maybe a little bit. You got like a Xandar's Lounge, something like that. No, okay, just a Blood Crypt. Actual Blood Crypt. These decks tend to play like Tribal Flames, and they also have other removal, whether like Lightning Bolt or Leyline Binding. I know those things are pretty good here. I'm gonna go ahead and flare the NT. I guess that thing's trample and like powers them up even if we have like the thing in play. I'm letting this attack happen because then we can Trickster on the cattle. They might have a Lightning Bolt. They almost certainly do have a Lightning Bolt. Because of that, I'm going to make this choice. There's no way they have a spell to cast that's not a removal spell. Yeah, there's a binding. We save ourselves a couple of extra damage here. Go to 13. Oh, that's a flare, but not what we wanted. Okay. We really need this like new land next turn. And we might be dead to a Tribal Flames, to be fair. Puts us to 5. They were spell pierce? Oh, they have a stubborn denial. Oh, that sucks. They had to sacrifice this so as they can pay. They have a stubborn denial for this and we lose. Unlucky. Yeah. Alright. Wrap up here with Merfolk. Deck performed very, very well. We did lose the last one, got a little unlucky not hitting the land drop for the Harbinger. If we did, we get to turn all the creatures off or their removal off. We didn't. They did have the stubborn denial for our flare, and we did unfortunately fall there. But 4-1, and it really showcased the deck's disruptive abilities. Like, there are so many creatures that do like a ton of different things. And the free spells really, really good. You could play more subtleties. I've just played one here, but you could play a couple more. And this, obviously, if you're going into sideboarder games as well, and playing best of 3, then it's one of your best sideboard cards. The Harbinger is absolutely incredible. This deck is like very, very good at like smurfing on like random combo decks as well, as we saw versus Belcher. You can struggle a little bit, like the Zoo matchup is a little bit rough, but these like come in pretty clutch. Yeah, the shell itself is just super, super solid and super disruptive. It's a great way, I think, if you want to like climb and farm the ladder. Like we went 4-1 there. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share it around. All that algorithm stuff helps me out a ton. I'm also currently streaming this over on Twitch. So if you're interested, twitch.tv/TR3VTCG. If you want to catch me live, I've been streaming a bit more recently. And so I'm normally live a couple of days a week, recording matches on here. Occasionally I play some FPS stuff as well, but hey. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.